Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kim, and if you're returning, as always, thank you so much. I am so grateful and so blessed to have you here. Today is going to be a really fun fall tablescape inspirational video. We're going to do 3 different looks. They're all beginner friendly, super easy, affordable products that mainly are from Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, those types of stores, Amazon, which is this runner right here that we're starting off on the first look with. I hope that today's video will bring you some inspiration, give you some new ideas for your home this fall. I love creating tablescapes. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. So let's jump into today's video. I'm starting off with none other than a dough bowl. Since I just posted that dough bowl decorating video, I thought it would be fun to incorporate one of these into the first look. If you missed the dough bowl styling video, no problem, I will link it down below. I love using these cheesecloth runners from Amazon just because they're so organic and pretty. I feel like they elevate any tablescape and they're very inexpensive. Now I'm bringing in some of the amber glass candlestick holders that I picked up from Hobby Lobby this year. These are very affordable, and as you're going to see throughout all of these looks that I'm about to do, they're stunning. They're so pretty. They bring so much warmth, and I just love them. I feel like these are going to be my new go-to candle holders year after year for fall. I was at Hobby Lobby yet again yesterday. And I did still see these there. So if you're interested in them, I would hurry on down to grab some. Okay, and while I was out yesterday, I did also pick up the little squirrel. I just thought it was so cute. I don't usually decorate with things like this, but I thought he was really elevated. He's white with some gold, and I just thought he was really cute. You guys will have to let me know what you think. And then these are the acorns from Hobby Lobby. Also, if you missed my Hobby Lobby, the shop and style video, you should definitely go check that out, especially if you like a lot of the items that I use in today's video. That video will go over all of the items from Hobby Lobby, how much they are, how I use them, just the different ones that I've used and collected over the years, and then the new ones that I've picked up this year. It's a really fun video, especially if you love Hobby Lobby like I do. And then these placemats were from Home Goods. You can get these for very inexpensive. I've seen them at Ross, Burlington, Home Goods, and I got a pack of 8 for I think $12. So again, they're very, very inexpensive to add some texture to your table. And then here I am adding chargers. These were from, from Hobby Lobby several years ago. And then I also got these plates this year from the spring shop, also Hobby Lobby. I think personally what creates that really cozy, homey look is a layered look. So you can even use something like this. These are plates that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and when I was last there, I did still see them. I picked these up several years ago, and I love them, and I want to show you how you can use even just plain white plates, because I feel like these are accessible and probably everyone has some plain dishes, or you could stop by Dollar Tree and pick some up and just layer it in with a pretty napkin, maybe some really inexpensive chargers or whatever you have. And I think the layers are what are going to create that really beautiful, cozy, homey vibe. You can style your napkin in so many different ways as well. I think I'll try this way for the first look. I like this. I like how the napkin just kind of hangs over the plate a little. I feel like you can see the design really well in this kind of style. And plus, if you're using plain plates, then you can always add a little pumpkin like I just did there. Just a little trinket on the top that goes with whatever season or whatever theme you're doing on your tablescape. And I think that will really help elevate, especially if you are using just some plain solid color plates. It adds that extra layer, plus a fun whimsical touch, which also does bring in that coziness. Every little detail that you continue to add, whether it be little squirrels or candlesticks, your runner, the textured mats, whatever it is that you're adding, it continues to add to that texture and the layers and the depth of the table, which when you step back, when you're all done, is going to give you that really full wow tablescape. So when you're planning out your next tablescape for whatever season or holiday it may be, think about start curating, start gathering some items that you can add to add some visual interest to the table. These items can be many different textures. In fact, I always try to add several different textures to the table, whether it be a ceramic or a glass or a boucle, maybe a velvet, just many different textures, because that is, again, going to contribute to that overall wow factor. Now we're going to get started on look number 2. This is going to be something a lot more simple than the first look, something that you can throw together extremely quick. If you're in a bind, this is always my go-to for a really quick, fun, festive tablescape. And I'm just using the runner that I used for spring and summer. I think the white looks good. It's going to pop with the colors that I'm going to use. But of course, you can use any runner that you have. If you want to use something more in a fall tone, that would also look beautiful. We are going to stick with the same plate setup for this look, just for time purposes. We're going to start off with a cake stand or a riser. Whatever you have on hand, you can use. And then any wreath that you love. Now, I will say a wreath with more texture is better, with more going on. It's going to help create more visual interest. But if your wreath is really plain, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to zhuzh it up a little bit by adding a couple picks. This is a wreath that I got over the summer. I think it was $5.99 or $6.99 from the Goodwill, and I just loved the colors in it. And now we're going to grab a pumpkin. I do love the shape and size of this pumpkin. I love how that looks, but I'm not loving the color. I feel like the color of this glass one does look a lot better. However, this one is kind of getting lost in there. It's a little too far down. So that's an easy fix. I'm just going to use one of these clear acrylic risers that I'm always running to grab. I love these. They are linked in my Amazon storefront, and just pop one in and sit it right on top. And now you can see it's perfect height, and you cannot even see the riser at all. It doesn't distract. If you like to decorate with a lot of layers, those risers are a definite must-have. And now we're going to take just a couple little pieces. I just grabbed a few things that I thought might look nice. I was looking for something that could add just a little movement, something very organic. As you can see, as I'm picking up this stem, it flops around, it moves around, it's breezy. Those are the kind of things I'm talking about that add just a lot of whimsy and texture. You see how it just moves like that so nicely? That's what you're looking for. And if your wreath already has a lot going on, then you can skip this step even better. Then you can just plop that right down. But I'm also going to be using some of these. I think they're like a wheat stem. Those are from Hobby Lobby. And I've just cut it down to just really little pieces. And I'm just going to pop a couple of those in there just for, again, just a little more texture and a little more movement. When you're adding picks to a wreath, you want to follow the direction of the picks that are currently in there. Follow that direction around so that it looks like it was part of the original wreath. You do not want your picks to stand out and look like they were just added in unintentionally. And another thing you can do with picks is if you need to add a certain color, say your napkins have a burgundy or a dark brown and your wreath does not, picks are such a great way to also add color. You can grab just a couple and just add them in here and there to bring your whole look together. There's just so many reasons why I love picks. You guys will see me use them in every single video, basically every decorating video. I just love them. added back in the amber glass candlestick holders, which don't they look so pretty with that pumpkin? I love it. It's so gorgeous. And then I also got these matching goblets, which I am not putting on the left side. They are on the right side. However, my camera is in reverse mode so that I can kind of look up at the screen and see what I'm doing. In a second, when I take it off the stand, you'll see it will flip it around. I'm going in with these darker tone acorns, which I only have 3 of. If I had 6, I would put one on each of the plates. In hindsight, I could have used the other acorns that I have because I do have 6 of those, and I think that would have been really pretty since the plates are so plain, but it's okay. Just giving you some extra ideas. And I did decide to try out some orange candlesticks. Which one do you guys like best? Do you like the orange or the white? I think they both look pretty, but I'm going to stick with the orange just for a different look, and I just really like that more dark and moody look. And here you go. Here's look number 2. Can you guys believe how simple that was? It's so easy to create a really fun and festive centerpiece for your dining table. And just for fun, I threw together another look with a different wreath, and it gives an entirely different vibe. This was just a plain cream. It's one of those corn husk wreaths from Hobby Lobby. I added in just a couple little picks. I decided to go with the mercury glass pumpkins for this look. I added in the gold candlesticks, layered back in the little squirrels and acorns. I added some mercury glass pumpkins on the side. You could always do pumpkins instead of the squirrels if you would just rather have pumpkins on your tablescape. You can be so creative with these, and that's why I wanted to throw in an extra look just to show you how different each tablescape can look by slightly changing out a few of your products, just candlestick colors or a runner color, napkin color. Even something as simple as just switching out the pumpkin style can completely change your tablescape from a glam to a more rustic tablescape, just depending on what you like or what you're in the mood for. Okay, we're going to do another one with this runner. I was going to use my linen runner, but you know what? I just love this one so much, and I think you guys will really like it too, so I decided to stick with this. And this vase was from Home Goods. I was trying to find the price, but I think it was $24.99, something like that. It's a pretty good size vase. So we're going to start with a pretty large vase. If you are someone that doesn't like something large in the center of your table because you feel like you can't see or talk to your guests, well, I'm going to show you what I do to fix that in just a second, because I do like really large statement pieces in the middle of my table, but sometimes, yeah, you need to be able to take it off easily, and I'm going to show you how I do that whenever I put a really large arrangement in the middle of the table. Both of these stems are from Hobby Lobby. I've put 2 of the maple leaf and 2 of the magnolia leaf ones. And since this vase is going in the center of the table and I want it to be pretty from all sides, I need to turn this magnolia stem around. So that's just a little tip. If you're putting it up against the wall, then I would, turn them all forward facing, of course. But since it's going in the center, I need to turn it around. Now I'm going to add a couple of these stems. I actually got these from Target last year, but pretty much I'm just trying to bring in a little bit of those deeper rusty orange colors. There was a lot of neutral and I wanted to add some orange, so I decided to mix in a couple of those. When you're adding your stems, make sure you fluffed them all out very well and you've given them different bends to kind of go in different directions as they would in nature. Nothing is just straight, stiff, and straight up. So you do need to give them a little curvature here and there, and then just give them some movement. I did not know that I had such dark hair underneath until I watched my video back. Okay, I know this isn't part of decorating, but I really need to talk to my hair girl because I do not like that. That is too much contrast for me. I guess I'm gonna have to start coloring my whole hair. And I need, as you can see, I need to get in there right away. So maybe I'll be talking to her about that. Okay, guys, sorry about that hair rant. We'll get back to decorating now. So here is something that I do when I'm creating a really full tablescape, but I want to be able to take any of the tall elements off. The rest of the tablescape will be low, so it won't bother anything. You know, as far as people sitting at the table and chatting and whatnot, you could still see everybody. But I put the arrangement on that riser for a couple reasons. For one, it elevates it a little bit. I think it just makes it look prettier. For two, it gives some support for the pumpkins to kind of cascade off of. If I were to sit them against the vase, it's round, it's thin, they wouldn't really be able to prop up well. They would probably fall. And since they have that riser there, they have something to kind of prop up against. And since they're propped up against the riser and not the vase, I can easily pick the vase up and move it and just put it on the bar. I can put it over by the food if we're doing a buffet style. And, you know, you could just move it anywhere just for the moment. And then when we're done, I put it back. It just takes a few extra seconds, and that way you get to enjoy this beautiful large arrangement the rest of the time. Now, I did decide to switch out the gold candlesticks. Now that I'm watching, I don't know, I like them both, honestly. But I actually kind of like the gold just because they pop a little more. But either way, you can't go wrong. Maybe the darker candlestick holders with the white candles would have worked. I don't know. Like I said, either way, can't go wrong. They're both really pretty, but I did decide to go with these darker tones since I don't know, I'm really feeling the darker tones this year. I basically just added in a bunch of different pumpkins. I made them look like they were just spilling out just very organically. And then I'm adding in some acorns and the little squirrel, just layering up, doing what I do best. I love to layer things. And for these napkins, I'm going to do a different look. Basically, just grab it in the center and shake, and then you just slide on the napkin ring. To me, I think this is the easiest way to fold a napkin, and I love how thick and full it looks, and doesn't it look really decorative? I just think it looks pretty, and it's really easy. And you guys know I have to add in just a couple picks at least, just to give that extra, I don't know, finishing touch. To me, it just puts it over the top and just gives it that wow factor that I'm always looking for. I added a couple of these hop stems from Hobby Lobby, the orange berry stems. And then, like I said, I'm just adding a few here and there, not really going over the top with it, just a couple. And I can still pick up the arrangement in the center because I'm going underneath that riser. And here we are. Here's the final third look for today. I really hope you guys liked it. You'll have to let me know which one was your favorite in the comments down below, and if you're going to try any of these looks for your fall tablescape this year. Now you can take a closer look at all the details of this tablescape. If you enjoyed this video, would you please do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button? It really does help out the channel. And if you haven't done so already, you can hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming holiday decorating and crafting and shopping videos we have planned. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next decorating video very soon. Bye!